All right, I should be up and running now. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, floating away. I see that you already sent in 5 gift memberships. Head pats to you, my friend. I'm not sure if you're still here or if you just snuck in real quick to try to do that, but I saw that going off while I was setting things up. If you are still here, how was your weekend? All right. I'm just getting a couple of things set up in the background. I'm actually way more prepared this time than even I thought I would be, which is kind of incredible considering I only woke up about an hour ago. Glitch, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, my friend. E? Are you just that excited? Hello from a country with mandated patriotism lessons instead of minorly useful things like English or sociology. Oh, there you go. That's always fun. Another L from Microslop. I know. We're going to be getting into it in a couple of minutes here. I figured I'd give everybody a chance to come here, warm up, let me know how their weekend was. How was everybody's weekend? Tell me about your weekends. Mr. Lower, good to see you, my friend. I just woke up. Okay, fair enough. So did I. Like about an hour ago. I literally just finished my second cup of coffee. Microsoft, the sloppening. I love that, Catwoman. Hi, Rain. The 2 vacation towers are done. Yours is almost done. I just need to make the roof so y'all can decorate it however y'all want. I can't wait to see it. We're going to be doing another Luanti live stream probably next week. This week's pretty full. But what I am hoping to do is that we're going to probably be finished with Amori soon. And I'm probably going to swap out Amori with like more Luanti content after that, because I'm kind of done with my Luanti break and I want to get back into like Vox Libre and stuff, especially working on stuff on the server. It just got updated to like a day or two ago, and I asked Karoo to add like a new mod to the server. So I want to show that off because I think it's going to make things kind of fun and interesting for us. Mom kidnapped me. I'm going to exercise with her. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I need to get some more exercise myself. Something exciting happened this Sunday. The sun rise from the east and set in not east, and then it was dark. Wait, what, did you wake up on another planet? I'm already addicted with the scythe. I don't want to spoil the surprise though, but I added something to the server. It's going to make things a lot better. What content thingy do you use for Luanti? I'm kind of new here. Oh, so I live stream a lot. I also make videos about Luanti and Vox Libre, but we have a, not public server. It's really just for the community. But we've been running that for almost a year now, and it's just a survival SMP. We add mods to it, like quality of life mods to it, but it's basically just us building random stuff. It's kind of like Hermit Craft, except we called it Cutie Craft. Like that's pretty much it. And like we do ours in Vox Libre, Luanti, instead of in, you know, Minecraft. Also, welcome. I tend to scuff everything, so you know, just keep that in mind. Okay, all right. So like I said, I was very prepared this morning when I got all this set up. So I have the official blog post from Luanti. We're gonna read it together. That way we can get the information straight from the source of the developers. Then I found a Y Combinator article going over it, and then I found a Reddit thread, which I don't particularly care for Reddit, but we'll take a look at what some other people are commenting, and then of course I want to hear from like everybody here. So while we're going through the articles and stuff like that, I'll do my best to take breaks and try to like read everybody's comments and opinions about it. If I miss a point that you really want to bring up, use the @ feature in the chat because it like glows orange for me when you talk to me. If you just put the comment in, I might miss it. So if it is important, at me, and don't assume that I'm ignoring you. Never assume I'm ignoring you. Just assume that I'm being a silly cat girl and I missed your comment. Oh, I meant, do you like use like CloneCraft or something else? Nope, we just do everything through Luanti. That's basically about it. Like, I just run Luanti, and then we installed the Vox Libre mod on top of that, and my friend Carew set up a server, and that's what we play on. If you want more information about it, I have information about the server on my website, and then also like folks in the Discord would be happy to talk to you about it too. Also, after the stream, if you have more questions, I'd be happy to personally answer more questions about like what all this is. But basically, if you're like, I guess, because now I'm not sure what you were really asking, I guess to simplify it, it's open source Minecraft, I guess. That's what we're doing. All right, let me go ahead. I'm going to pull up the article, like I said. Now, I tried to format everything on the screen as best as possible. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute the music for this part. I know normally do stream music, but I'm not 100% sure if I'll turn this into a video or not. So I figured I'd just cut the background music for this part. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read the article. I haven't read any of these yet, so I wanted to save it for the live stream so that way I could get like my actual reaction as well as anybody else who's unfamiliar with all of this. Gombik, welcome to the stream. Good to see you this morning. Ahoy. How was your weekend, my friend? Did you have a good birthday? Did you do anything fun? Please tell me you did something fun for your birthday. Also, Rain, I officially hate gas. Oh my god, me too. Well, you've seen the video on the channel, right? Like, when I had to do the nether section in the single player, like, playthrough? That was the worst part. Birthday is when you give birth. My mom always called it push day. That's what she always referred to it as. She's like, it's your birthday. For me, it was push day. Peter, welcome to the stream. Almost missed you there. Good to see you, cutie. Thanks for inspiring me to do some art. That helped me out a lot. Carew! Oh, you...
$6.90. DISTRACTION 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 DISTRACTION.
That was incredibly distracting, my friend. I also like that you went with 6'9". Thank you for not doing 6'7". You know what? You're getting extra head pats for that. I'm kidding. So I know I do the 6'7" meme sometimes myself, right? But I'm getting so sick and tired of seeing 6'7" everywhere. Especially when I think we can all agree that 6'9" is the superior number. Carew's killing the voice lady. Imagine if I had to read that whole thing out. Okay, all right. So I'm going to head over to the article. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read the introduction. I'm going to probably go a couple paragraphs. I'll take a break. I'll catch up on chat. And that will probably be the best time to like interject with any comments about the article or just about what's going on in general. Try to keep it on topic while we're reading through the article. I might pass over comments that are just kind of unrelated to the topic. Because like I said, I might consider turning this into a video later today. So like that I know this is going to be a little different from like what we usually do on stream. So I figured I'd just mention that up front so everybody's on the same page. All right, cool. Now with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead. We'll dive into this article and we'll get started. So Luanti's Android app is currently not available on the Google Play Store due to a baseless DMCA notice filed on behalf of Microsoft by Tracer.ai, alleging that Luanti infringes Microsoft's copyright. The Luanti app does not contain any proprietary code or assets from Minecraft or otherwise. We have received a similar notice from the same company in 2023 and successfully appealed against it. This company also filed a similar notice this year against an indie game with similar voxel art style by the name of Alumeria. I think that's how you say it. Alumeria? Alumeria? I'm going with Alumeria. Okay, so there are several topics that are covered in the table of contents. I'm not going to read through all of that, but let's go ahead. We'll start with a brief overcap of what is Luanti. So Luanti is a voxel game creation platform where anyone can make, share, discover, and play blocky games. It does not ship with any games or any game assets by default. Instead, players can browse a catalog of games created by the community or simply join multiplayer servers. We are a nonprofit project developed by a community of passionate individuals expressing their creativity. Luanti is open source, which means anyone can view the source code, modify it, learn from it, redistribute it, and even sell games made with it on platforms like Steam. While Luanti is as well, blah, 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 I'm getting tripped up on that sentence. While Luanti is popular as an open source alternative to Minecraft, as its roots are in blocky sandbox games, it also lowers barriers to bringing creative ideas to life. The freedom and customization Luanti affords has made it an excellent tool in education, finding its way into many schools across Europe. Okay, all right, so now that we've done the recap, does anybody have any questions what Luanti is? I mean, most of you here play Luanti. A lot of you are already involved in Luanti. I know that like Dark Raven is one of the music contributors to some of the game projects that are in Luanti. So, Emery, welcome to the stream. Peak the Primeagen content. Wait. Did I say that? I don't know what that word means. Honestly, this sounds like a ploy to get rid of competition to me. Yeah, honestly, that's what it sounds like. It feels like they're taking pot shots at the base game, because if you get rid of the base game, you get rid of all of the shared content that comes with it. Raid slowly turning into Vosh Girl Edition. I wonder how Vosh would feel about that comment. I don't think he'd take too kindly to it. Somebody go up to Vosh and just be like, do you know, you remind me of this cat girl VTuber. I'm sure he'd really appreciate that. Same reason why Nintendo sued the creator, which is another thing that I don't agree with, but I have less of a stake in Pal World. I've been playing Luanti on this channel for years now. This is my game. I mean, it's not my game, right? But I love this. I love this platform, and I love the games that are made in Luanti. Right, I have my favorites. Everybody has their favorites, right? I love Vox Libre. Vox Libre is my favorite game that was made in Luanti, right? But, Luanti is just a game development engine. That's it. That's all it is. It's a 3D voxel game environment that you can make games in. And if you don't want to make games, you could just play games in it. That's it. It's great for that. All right, I think we're all caught up. Let's go ahead. We're going to dive into what the DMCA notice actually was. All right, so what is the DMCA notice? The Digital Millennium Copyright Act is United States law, which lays out a notice and takedown process which platforms like Google Play follow to avoid liability for damages resulting from copyright infringing packages which they distribute. These platforms are not responsible for the actions of their users, but are responsible for taking corrective action when user-generated content is reported. The DMCA notice we received from Google claims that these products use copyrighted assets as outlined directly from the Minecraft game, available at www.minecraft.net without authorization and should be removed, specifically U.S. Regulation number TX 8-192-097. U.S. Regulation, blah, 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 I'm not going to read it out again, is the registration of Minecraft Java Edition 1.9 with the U.S. Copyright Office. It does not provide any information aside from this and does not outline which assets Luanti allegedly uses. Which assets? So we're going to start by overviewing the engine. Luanti is a game creation platform and does not ship with any games, let alone any game assets. In fact, here are all the textures that Luanti comes with. And then we could see this here. This is pretty basic texture pack that the game comes with, right? Luanti also includes further assets, particularly fonts. These are properly attributed in the license file. The GitHub repository does not include the development test game, which is also available on ContentDB, but is not included in Luanti releases anymore. Being a testing ground for the engine, the textures are largely utilitarian in nature. And then here's a screenshot of some of the block testing that they've done with their game. But you can even look at the grass right here. You can see that the dirt in the grass blocks look absolutely nothing to the same as Minecraft, right? Like, if you look at this screenshot very carefully, does this screenshot scream Minecraft to anybody? Right? If anything, you would just assume it's some like quirky knockoff, right? Like somebody's like, I don't know, indie development project, because that's what this engine supports. Huh. Who would have thunk, right? I'm just saying, it's not the first time a corporation tries to get rid of competition. Nintendo, I think I might have read that one already. Nintendo tried to get Palworld off the market via lawsuits, and now Microsoft wants to get Luanti via takedown. That's kind of what seems like the play is, because they didn't even elaborate what the reason was for taking down Luanti. False copyright claims should involve huge fines for those that file them. I agree with that. Honestly, there should be more punitive damages if you're bringing up a lawsuit like this and you have zero evidence to cite your sources with. I'm not a lawyer, obviously, right? Booze, you make a good point there about anti-slap, but I really don't understand how that works, so I can't really comment on it. I do know there is a way in some states, right? But that's why it's nuanced, and you really do need the opinion of a lawyer on something like this, right? But it is in some states you could just say, hey, there's not enough here, this is obviously a frivolous lawsuit, and just get it shut down immediately, right? But you have to remember too that Luanti is an open source project, right? There's not money in this project. This isn't a company. This is a group of independent people that have decided to get together to work on an open source voxel game engine together, right? You have to remember the context here. Luanti is not a organization. There isn't a Luanti LLC versus Microsoft, This is a group of small developers working on a passion project versus a giant, greedy mega corporation that just decided to swing around their lawyer powers for whatever reason, because this looks like it could possibly take away 1 or 2% of their market share. That's the only conclusion I can jump to so far. But we haven't finished the article yet. Microsoft sucks, but happy birthday, Miku! Yes, happy birthday to Hatsune Miku. The most important thing, the most important takeaway out of this entire day is that it's Hatsune Miku's birthday. I do love Miku, though. Oh my god, wait, Nuki, I have a meme to send to you later. I might have already sent it, but holy crap, I've gotta send you something funny later. Yeah, lots of game developers use placeholder assets in the beginning. This picture looks a lot like that. I mean, yeah, if you download, like, if anybody goes to, like, luanti.org right now and downloads this, there's no games installed. Morning, Anna. It's good to see ya. All right, I'm going to go ahead and continue on with the article. Mind Test Game. Luanti previously shipped with Mind Test Game, a crafting survival game intentionally kept bare bones to provide a base for modding. As of December 2023, it is no longer bundled with Luanti and can be downloaded from within the Luanti client like any other game. All of Mind Test Game assets are original and properly licensed. And here's a screenshot of Mind Test Game. These are all custom assets. I don't think anybody could look at this. And maybe for a second, maybe if you woke up with like a hangover or something, right? You were all hungover from drinking the night before, doing something crazy, right? You might mistake this for Minecraft for like 2 seconds, but anybody who blinks and like clears the dust out of their eyes is going to realize this is not a Minecraft screenshot, right? I think anybody who's like super familiar with Minecraft is going to know right away that this is something different. Third-party content. Players can download content from ContentDB in... Okay, let me start over again. Players can download content from ContentDB, our in-app game catalog, except for Mind Test Game and Development Test. All these games, mods, and texture packs are third-party, just like most apps on Google Play. Packages uploaded on ContentDB are reviewed manually by volunteer staff before they are approved. We proactively check for copyright issues, including checking for commercial assets. Independent of this incident, we have been looking into automated asset flagging using conventional perceptual hashing algorithms. This would help human moderators detect copyrighted assets, and we always require a final human decision without relying on erroneous AI, which is a position I greatly appreciate from the Luanti developers. It is in everyone's best interest that content on ContentDB is legal and free, as it allows the community to safely use and build on top of it for their own projects. If you are a right... I'm sorry, let me read that. If you are a right shoulder who believes you're right... Okay, I read that wrong. If you are a rights holder who believes your rights are being infringed on by copy hosted... Oh my God, can I speak this morning? If you are a rights holder who believes your rights are being infringed by content hosted on ContentDB, then the correct action is to submit a DMCA notice against the particular game on ContentDB. All right, I'll take a break there, see if anybody has any other comments. If you can't make your products worth buying, you can't get mad at competition for doing it better. I perfectly said floating away today. Jen, welcome to the stream. I see you there, cutie. Meow. You're making me meow in the middle of my article reading. Too long has the market not had competition, and the corporations got lazy, and now they want to flip the table when competition who actually puts in effort are getting more. Absolutely, 100%. Right? Like, it's so much easier to just squeeze your competitors out than it is to actually innovate and put money into, like, improving your product. Right? I think everybody in this community knows, like, the value of putting in work into something, right? Because, like, a majority of us have to work on ourselves to do what we have to do, right? In our personal lives, right? I really feel like these folks really don't understand the value of how much work a lot of people put into these kinds of projects. AI wouldn't even be that bad if it doesn't have a final say. I'm 50-50 on the AI thing. I carry a very large hate grudge against AI because obviously I'm an artist, right? I really do not believe in using art to train AI. This has been something that's been going on for a long time now, right? And now AI is getting into the dev space, and I see all the developers flipping out about it too, right? And it's like, this happened to us a couple of years ago. I hate to say it, but like now you're kind of feeling like what we're feeling over here with like all the slop coding, right? It started with the slop art. Now we've gone to slop coding. There's a hidden meow in the article. Trust. I think Minecraft is suing because they're salty. That makes the most sense to me. Salty that they can't improve. I mean, their biggest innovation lately was a frickin' cushion. A cushion.
Gave me a chance and made Ame dance.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. All right, I'll take a very, very quick hiatus for 3 seconds to go read the Ko-Fi donation. And then we'll go right back to the article. It just says Sparkle Dance from Rainbow. I don't know who that is, but thank you so much, cutie. Sparkle, sparkle. Yeah, yeah. Meow. Thank you, cutie. Everybody, head pats in the chat for the mysterious donor named Rainbow that donated to us. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Was that you, Nuki? That looks like it was you. I feel like that's a tell. You're trying to sneak one past me. Anybody ever watch The Simpsons growing up? One of my favorite episodes is when Bart got his ears pierced and he goes up to Homer. He just goes sparkle sparkle. All right. I'm done being distracted. Let me get back to the article now. I wonder if they tried to target all the Minecraft-like games with this. That's probably the strat, right? They're going after anything. I don't think they I don't think anybody was sitting in a meeting, like, you know, doing the Mr. Burns thing, like the mwahaha. Yes, Luanti, it's your reckoning. We have turned all of our corporate eyesight onto you. No, I think it's just a broad sweeping thing, and they're just going after everybody. Like, I think even at the beginning of the article, they said that they used some sort of AI thing. So they might not even be aware that they did this. Gen AI absolutely does suck with it flooding everything with slop. I remember needing to de-slop comments, but then there's things that are not Gen AI and I don't have a problem with. So I just watched a video from another content creator last night named Blue Jay, and they do history videos, right? And it's like, at this point, we've had to, like, a lot of content creators have to come right out and be like, we're not using AI. But their channels are getting lumped in with, like, the AI slop content because they do animations. It's really shitty. It's so shitty. These are content creators that have put their heart and soul and spend hours of their life making this content. I know because I've done it too. Now, do I consider my content to be very good? Not really, right? But I do put hours of my life into my art, into my content, right? I don't get paid for that. So, like, it feels really bad when you get lumped in, like, with all the other slop that's available on the platforms these days. All right, I'm going to go back to the article. And we're going to finish reading it up. Cubes are for everyone. The concept of a game featuring 3D cubes or voxels is not something anyone can own. Minecraft was originally inspired by the 2009 game Infiniminer? What the hell is that name? Infiniminer. There we go. Words, Rain. Use them. Okay, I'm just gonna start from the top of that sentence. Minecraft was originally inspired by the 2009 game Infiniminer, which also uses similar voxel graphics, and later examples like Hytale showed that block games make up an entire genre that Minecraft is simply a part of. Mojang and its parent company Microsoft have all rights to enforce their copyright for assets such as Minecraft textures, but cannot use the DMCA as a means to intimidate and monopolize an entire genre of games. Luanti was originally created by Celeron55 in 2010 under the name Minetest, inspired by the newly released Minecraft Alpha to make a sandbox in a voxel grid that ran better on low-end hardware. Work began in 2011 on a modding API using the Lua Pro. Work began on. Oh God, I'm so bad at this. Work began in 2011 on modding API using the Lua programming language, allowing players to create their own content. Minetest has continued to work to support a larger variety of user creativity ever since. In 2024, the rename of Minetest to Luanti set this direction in stone. What is Tracer.ai? Quoting their website, Tracer is a next-generation brand protection platform that empowers brands to take control of their brand presence online. Our AI agents streamline workflows and enhance operational efficiency, making it easier to monitor digital channels, take down detections, and analyze vast amounts of data to provide better business intelligence insights. Bring speed, accuracy, and efficiency to your brand protection strategy without draining your team's resources. Tracer's AI brand protection technology detects and removes infringements to your brand across thousands of digital platforms faster and more accurately than ever before. I don't know about that. I'm not quite seeing that, but okay. All right, sure. Your Tracer AI uses a bunch of agents to just basically file like erroneous paperwork across the internet automatically. Like, that's the takeaway I'm getting from that. The slot market realized they didn't need humans in the loop to make instantly obsolete games. I know, right? Hey, you know, they were doing this with the NFT stuff before. Right, I remember that. I remember rolling my eyes at that too. And like, nobody wants NFTs in their games, right? It's stupid. It's stupid. It's a stupid concept. I'm glad it like fell flat on its face. Still think what Microsoft is doing here is different from what Nintendo is trying to do with Power World. Sounds like the same objective to me. I think you're pretty much on point there. Too long didn't read. Tracer AI, an auto slap company where they didn't even bother verifying the slap claims. Booge, I think you nailed it. Honestly, I think you nailed it. Boilerplate legal stuff is one thing. Filing lawsuits is another. Right. Like, is there nobody who looked at that and was like, this is just a game engine, right? Like, was there nobody? Or are they just like kind of just going like, yep, close enough. Fire at will, right? They'll just put up their hand and salute and they'll just be like, you may fire when ready. That's what I feel like is going on there, right? I don't think there's actually an executive like checking things over and stuff, right? I don't know. Maybe that's me. Unchecked AI output needs to be a crime. I mean, like, we've seen it hallucinate. Like, I don't know if anybody else watches like videos from other content creators about like how bad AI can get sometimes. But I've seen it. I've seen it so many times when this thing just goes off the rails completely. It just starts making up facts, citing incorrect sources, stuff that it's just made up. Just completely made up. Just out of nowhere, right? Like, and like, this is the stuff we're really trusting, like, to file legal suits, right? Not even like bring it to the attention of the company, but actually to move forward with filing a lawsuit. Miss Joshua, welcome to the stream. Hold on, I need to get a sip of water real quick. Okay, that's so much better. House of Babel, Tower of Babel. Sounds like we're having a very sloppy conversation. I mean, actually, I love that. I'm sorry. I have a question, but it's a bit you can ask, floating away today. You can ask. Make sure you at me, though, so I don't miss your question. Imagine if corporate HR was AI. Oh, God, that would be awful. Oh, don't worry. According to the Russian courts, ChatGPT is not considered to be an artificial intelligence. Wait, how does that work? Microsoft the sloppening. I still love that, cat. I might steal that. All right, floating away today. I'm going to go back to reading the article, but if I missed your question, don't be afraid to ask it again. This is not the first time this has happened. Luanti's Android app received a similar notice from the same company in March 2023. As the notice was incorrect, we submitted a counter notice and the app was eventually reinstated after 46 days. Section 512G2C of the DMCA requires that providers replace the removed material and cease disabling access to it in not less than 10 nor more than 14 business days following the receipt of a counter notice. Google's failure to adhere to the deadline specified by the DMCA raises questions regarding its approach towards handling DMCA counter notices. In February of this year, an indie game called Alumeria, oh God, I'm going to go with Alumeria. In February of this year, an indie game called Alumeria also received a DMCA takedown notice from Tracer.ai on behalf of Microsoft, resulting in the game's temporary removal from the Steam store. The notice was eventually dropped by Microsoft after public noise. This can't keep happening. If a company can repeatedly submit the same DMCA notice with no explanation, or evidence, taking projects down for months at a time, the system is broken. It prevents users from discovering or updating Luanti and risks users settling for a shady or ad-ridden forks instead. If we were a small company relying on income from the app, this would be especially devastating. We, like most of the open source communities, lack the resources to continuously fight unfounded DMCA notices. This was a huge point that I already brought up earlier, but this is the part that's particularly unfair, right? They are picking on open source contributors that are doing this because it's a passion project. There is no money here. What are they actually suing over? Right? Like, it's not like Luanti or the devs or any of the open source contributors make a single penny from running this software and updating it and maintaining it. I don't understand the angle. I don't get it. I don't get where Microsoft is going to make a claim that, one, there is copyrighted material in the Luanti application, in the development application, and two, how are they losing any money as a result of Luanti existing on the Google Play Store? Okay, I see a question. Crazy Krita, hey, isn't there a law in the U.S. against malicious lawsuits? There is something called like a slap, like that you could do. But again, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't really understand how it works. In some states, though, you can just say like, yeah, this is like an unfounded lawsuit, and you could just slap it out. Don't ask me what any of that means, though. But like, I like the name of it. Like I like to imagine the judge is like literally slapping them. They're like, get out of here with that crap. Right? Sounds aggressive. The system is broken. See, this is the thing. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as the rich overlords intended. Yes, those greedy upper 1%ers. Honestly, like, and I bring this up a lot to people too, and it's like, when they get down into like the nitty gritty of things, right? they're always looking at like the companies, but like remember, like the rich folks are the ones that lobby the politicians, that make the laws, that set things up like this. If you really want to be mad about these things, get mad at the rich people. Raise your pitchforks to them. I promise you, you start holding these like super wealthy Wall Street executives accountable for once, like you're going to start seeing all these problems slow down pretty freaking quick. Why is the most far right the majority of people advocating for AI art and insistent on not allowing laws to be placed against AI? What is the connection between the politics and the AI? Mostly it's just business. Honestly, I believe they've been lobbied in that direction, right? There's a lot of financial incentive from these companies to not only make their way into the government, but to also normalize this, right? To normalize it and also to allow our politicians to just go ahead and just copy all the artwork because, hey, we got to train that AI up. We got to make those AIs better, right? So training AI on somebody else's artwork, like my artwork, right? They're trying to argue that that's not a copyright infringement. I would argue that you've just stolen all of my artwork to make your stupid AI, so I want a cut of all your profits now. Right? Like, that's how it should really work. If you trained on somebody else's copyrighted material, you owe them a cut of the profits from that machine. But they don't want that. What they want is they want to suck up all the free information, treat it like that it was like public domain, and go, ha ha ha, the rules don't really apply to us because we've got special new technology that needs to learn. Right? It's stupid. And it's like, what do we use a majority for these AI applications for anyways? Because 90% of what I see going on out there is like people just getting like AI boyfriends and girlfriends and shit. And it's like, I mean, really, like the things that I see most commonly done with AI is you make mass-produced slop videos, you make terrible AI art, or you're sitting there talking to like a digital made-up cat girl or cat boy, depending on your preference, right? And just like, I don't know, pretending that you're in a relationship with it, right? Like, it's just dumb. Like, we're not using AI for all the things that they said they were going to use it for. So, like, what's the point? Talking Cat Girl talks about slapping more at 11. Oh, goodness. Welcome to the stream, Baytran. Hopefully that answered your question, because most artists are left-leaning. There are not very many artists who are right-leaning. That is also kind of true sometimes. Though you'd be shocked, though. I've had some conversations with artists, and like once you get to know them, like your expectations based on what you see them produce and like how they really are can be very different. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, right? But I think like a lot of people make assumptions sometimes just based on the artist's art, and they don't actually know anything about that person. I've seen some artists paint some really beautiful things, and they turn out to be kind of shitty people. And before human art will be considered woke, oh God. Is my art considered woke, Gombek? Do you think I make woke art? All right, I'm gonna jump back into the article before I get distracted again. Okay, I think I read this can't keep happening already. All right, so let's do what's next, and that'll be the end of the article. What's next? We have submitted a counter notice, and the app should be restored soon, hopefully sooner than 46 days. But with counter notices not being respected in the set time frame, a more public approach is required. We call on Microsoft, Mojang, and Tracer.ai to stop relying on AI tools to send inaccurate and vague DMCA notices. Detection must be verified by a human, and more importantly, substantiated with tangible proof. We call on Google to improve how they verify notices, allow users to respond to notices without taking down apps for extended periods of time, and properly comply with copyright law. while we hope Google reinstates the Luanti app in a timely manner, we would like to mention that the Luanti Android app is also available on F-Droid, an app store for Android whose official repository contains only verified free software. In addition, APK downloads are available on our website. Unfortunately, both distribution mechanisms are increasingly under threat. We ask our community and readers to share this post far and wide to help raise awareness and ensure this doesn't happen again for us or anyone else, which is what we are doing here. So everybody, I don't know, start raising hell. Go out there, start raising hell. Share the article everywhere. Okay, all right. Don't raise literal hell, right? Like don't go too crazy, right? But like we should be upset about this, right? We should be spreading this out wide and far because first it's Luanti, right? They're going to pick on the small developers that can't actually defend themselves, and they're going to increase the radius as far as wide as they can. And if they can take out the ones that can't actually properly fight back, that's how they win, right? They don't need to win everything. They just need to take out small swaths at a time. Again, this is why Nintendo destroys any fan games, mods, etc. that they get on their radar, and why they wanted to ban Palworld from the market. They want their products to be the only option. They want a monopoly. Everybody wants a monopoly, right? Like, I really wish that our lawmakers could see that, right? But, like, unfortunately, companies becoming a super rich monopoly kind of benefits them when they can just take unlimited, like, bribes into their back pocket and, quote-unquote, call it lobbying. What's even worse, too, is that Citizens United is a thing, too. So this is all legal, right? A company is considered a person, and they're allowed to spend money like it's free speech. That's stupid. Money is not free speech. I'm sorry, my dollar doesn't actually have a frickin' opinion on anything. It's ridiculous. So, like, a lot of these issues stem from that particular thing. And again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not, like, an expert on Citizens United, right? But that is where a lot of this problem comes from. Like, we really have got to tackle a lot of these underlying, like, legal justifications that somehow got passed into law by our Supreme Court. That's a major hurdle that we really need to tackle in this country. It needs to be appealed. Lawmakers don't care. In fact, their income depends on the rich people. The problem eventually, though, is that you can't run a country where the 1% get everything and the bottom 99% get nothing, because at a certain point, it tilts a little too far, and the bottom 99% are going to wake up and realize where all the money and all the stuff went. And then you're kind of outnumbered, right? And then with, like, all the, like, World War III stuff basically going on these days, is there anywhere really to even run, right? Because a lot of people will be like, they'll just take their money and run somewhere else. Where? Most of the world is getting into major conflicts these days. So it's like, I don't think that's really an option. For some people with narrow minds buried hopelessly in fantasy, AI is the only thing that can show them a reality that they will be happy with, right? So a really long time ago, and anybody who's like a member of the channel, you can go all the way back. You could see my old videos. I used to cover AI like topics on this channel. And like one of the ones that I reviewed was one of those chatting applications, AI chat applications. And the reason I found that is because I was in the hospital, right? I was in traction. I was in hospital for several months, right? And I was bored. And I was like, I want to talk to people. And they market these apps as like a companion application. Like they actually sell it to you as like, you can have a friend, you can have a girlfriend, you can have someone to talk to 24/7, right? And back then, years ago, when all of this went down and I didn't know any better, that's how I downloaded that first app, and that's how I ended up making like that as one of like my first YouTube videos when I returned back to the platform. And I absolutely hated it. I've discovered so many bad things. That was the first time I really experienced AI and I was like, this is disgusting. This is absolutely repugnant. It's immoral. It's gross. It's like, oh, God. And ever since then, I've not been happy with it. I've only ended up hating it more as I've become like an artist and like develop real like art talent. Joking, but why do we need CEOs of major corporations? They get massive salaries to make financial decisions. AI could make better financial decisions. Advocate for replacing Leos with AI. Listen, wait. Didn't you see like the articles about like the AI running every single one of their businesses into the ground? They really don't understand. Like AIs really don't understand how the real world works. They really don't. That's the thing. They really don't get it, right? I don't know what it is about like the technology, but they just really don't understand like what reality is. And that's something that I think a lot of people need to be aware of, right? These things they only know what we tell it, right? And they can be very smart and reference a lot of information, but they still have never been in a physical world, right? They're never going to be like humans. They'll never feel like us. They'll never see like us. They'll never think like us, right? They can get close. They can be an amalgamation. They can be like, you know, a very weird copy, but they're never gonna understand things like a human can understand things. I just don't ever see it happening. CEOs need actual consequences for their actions. It'd be nice, right? It would be nice. You know what we need to do in this country for realsies? In like all honesty, what we really need in this country is we need an actual president that is going to do two things. We need a new deal. We need a brand new deal because the middle class and the lower classes are getting absolutely wrecked right now. And we need a president who's not going to be afraid to take out the hammer and do some trust busting. I'm not even joking. Like, if you go ahead and you split up every major conglomerate back into the small companies that they started as, a lot of these issues are going to get better. And then you need to pass really aggressive laws that says you all can't do that again. You all can't be bundling up 100 and something different companies under, like, PepsiCo LLC or whatever the hell they ended up becoming, right? You can't just suck up every brand as competition and then just become one giant corporation, right? Like, think about Cisco Foods for a second. They're nationwide. So, like, basically every restaurant that orders from Cisco Foods, you're getting the same food. It's just cooked differently by different people. But, like, those chicken tenders that you're getting are the same chicken tenders in California as they are in New York. Because it came from the same distributor. It sucks. That's terrible. I want real food. I want real food back. I just want things to be back, like, kind of like how they were a little bit before, right? Like, where, like, I don't know, you had to order from local farmers and you had to actually source your, like, products from the local economy. You couldn't just, like, call up some mega food corporation and be like, yeah, can I have a order of chicken tendies, please? It's ridiculous. This just in, Rain calls for the revival of Teddy Roosevelt. Hey, I could be the next Teddy Roosevelt. I'm cute too. You can call me Rainy Roosevelt. See, that rolls right off the tongue. Hey, I could change my last name to Roosevelt. Nobody will know, right? I mean, is anybody really gonna check? Why do you think Bernie Sanders never became a candidate? Because he would have done things. I'm going to correct what you said. He was a candidate. Why didn't he ever, like, win? Yeah, there was, I remember that all going down. I was very, the most politically I ever got involved was back in 2016 because I was so anti-Trump. And that was an absolute disaster. We basically, anybody who supported Bernie Sanders was basically told from day one, you're going to lose. Clinton is the nominee by default. Everybody needs to go to this side. And we're like, but we like Bernie. Bernie's great. Bernie's got actually really good positions. And they're like, no, no, no. Right? You have to vote Clinton. Like, it was basically just that. And then when they forced that candidate down our throats, a lot of us were like, well, we're not going to vote for her. And they're like, good, we don't need your vote anyways. Okay, so I was like, okay, fine, I'm going to go vote Green Party. Whoops. Oh, and then Clinton didn't win the election. Kind of seems like you might have needed us. They said they didn't need us, but, you know, unfortunately Trump won because of crap like that. Kitty Rainy Belt. I kind of like that, actually. All right, hold on. Let me turn the background music back on. The U.S. has a lot of useless middlemen in their economy. Franklin Roosevelt is one of the ones that... Franklin Roosevelt was the one that did the New Deal, not Teddy. You are correct. You're actually just correct. I don't have anything further to say. You are technically correct, Snack. The best kind of correct. Was also in a wheelchair. Yeah, but like, you know, the thing is though, is that like he hid the wheelchair. I wouldn't. Like, I mean, not that I'd ever actually like, like not like any of this would ever be a real thing, right? But like, if I was, I'd be like, I'd make it a point. I'd be like, actually, I am in a wheelchair. Right? Why hide it? Point is, Bernie Sanders got constantly sabotaged by other Democrats because they did not want to serve the poor and marginalized either. You are correct, Paragon. It was a lot worse than that. I remember spending a lot of time on Reddit, getting into arguments and debates all the time. And like, it didn't amount to anything. And it's also kind of why I stopped getting super involved in politics. Now, I still pay attention to politics. I still pay very close attention to like what's going on. So that's not to say that I'm not updated and I'm not educated, but I don't go out and actively get involved in that stuff because it's bad for my mental health and I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to get into stupid, pointless arguments with random people that are never going to change their mind. It's pointless. All you're doing is just throwing words at each other at a screen and like just stressing each other out for no point. If you're actually having like a legitimate conversation, somebody's opinion would start to change. But this isn't a legitimate it's not a legitimate conversation. It's a competition who can make the stronger points on who's right or not, right? That's why I stopped getting into those like kind of like conversations online. Teddy was the Army cavalry guy, right? Yes. He had Teddy's Rough Riders. If I ever got a military unit, I'd name them Rainey's Rough Riders. Who wants to be part of Rainey's Rough Riders? Who wants to be part of my special cavalry unit? Cutie patootie! Get just ones and zeros. You can't come in with accusations like that. We're trying to have a serious conversation about Luanti. No, I'm just kidding. How you doing, cutie? I hope you had a good weekend. All right, so should we go and move on to the Y Combinator article? Do you want to keep diving into this topic? I mean, obviously, that was the whole point. But we can go into the Y Combinator article. We can read that over if you'd like. I feel like the Y Combinator thing is really just more of like comments about it. But I'm more interested in like community commentary anyways. And I also have like a Reddit thread for like the commentary too. But again, I'm kind of more interested in your commentary specifically about Luanti, about the AI takedown with the DMCA notification. I really want to hear what you all think. And if it isn't specifically about Luanti, do you have other games that have been impacted by this? And do you have other comments that you'd like to make? I know we've already brought up Pal World. The article brought up a couple of examples as well. I mean, I could just point at your Discord profile to prove you wrong. I'm not hiding any cutie. There is zero evidence that I'm cute. None of it exists. right? It's all fabricated. It's all fabricated. It's a cutie conspiracy against me. Listen, I'm not I'm not getting cute. You're all getting cuter. Honestly, didn't think that we were going to do that whole bit in an hour. I don't know why, but I thought it was going to take longer to get through that first article than that. Oh, I keep putting it on the top chat instead of the live chat. Whoops. Wait, what the hell's a... Oh, they give me a new section now. I can see people who send me gifts. It's almost like I could just screenshot your Discord profile. I mean, hey, it's a free country. Well, at least where I live, it's a free country. At least that's what they claim. It's becoming less free every day. One thing I will mention too, I'm starting to ease up on the politics content, like on the channel, but for the Discord, please do me a favor and do not get into political debates in the Discord still. I'm trying to keep that like a chill space. It's not really, there's like really not anything to discuss there. With that, it's just going to cause a bunch of people to get into arguments that I'm going to end up having to moderate, right? So we still only discuss trans-related political issues in the Discord. Just something to remind folks about. If you've got political commentary, you could bring it up during conversations like this on live stream, and I'd be happy to read it, talk to you about it, discuss it on live stream. I just shared the screenshot in your Discord. Oh, goodness. I gotta see it now. Hold on. Let me get out of full screen on this. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. What is this? Hey, listen. Listen, just because there's hearts and sparkles and kitties all over my profile does not mean it's cute. It just means I'm trying to be cute, right? Listen, there's a difference between trying to be cute and being successful at being cute. That's why I'm always pretending to be cute, right? Like, I know that maybe if I do things right, I could potentially be cute one day, but I haven't gotten there, so I just pretend. Everyone look at the roles. Listen, I have to take that role. I have to in case somebody gets tagged, like spam tagged. I need to moderate it. Azur, welcome to the stream. You missed the first article we read. We read the article on the on Luanti's position. And basically kind of like an overview on what happened with Microsoft and the DMCA takedown. Emily, welcome to the stream. I see you there. Wait, okay, never mind. I think you retracted your message. Good cover story, Rain. Hey, listen, I'm good at that, right? I do pretend to be a journalist too. Right? Quick vibe check. I use Arch, by the way. Arch is awesome. I've been meaning to try to get into like more Nix OS and stuff like that. I still use Linux Mint. The reason I use Linux Mint is because it works and there isn't like an update that's going to randomly like destroy half my setup. Like, Linux Mint is incredibly stable, so I could just have it running full time, and it never really has ever caused an issue for me. But I do want to try Arch. I do want to try more of Nix OS. I've been hearing a lot of good stuff from Nix and Arch. You know, it'd be really nice if somebody would, like, actually walk me through my first Arch setup. Right? Because, like, anybody who knows me knows that I've also, like, blown up my computer 3 or 4 times already, so... you know. Linux Mint, thanks to fate, you didn't go for Ubuntu. What a save. I didn't care for Ubuntu. So like when I first got started, I didn't really know anybody who knew like Linux, and I was recommended Ubuntu at first, but then somebody mentioned something to me and they're like, oh, don't go with Ubuntu, go with Linux Mint. Linux Mint doesn't do this like thing, and I forgot what it was, but they're like, I forget what it was. I think it was called Snaps. And they're like, you don't want to use that. That's not great. That's not a great way to like manage your software on your computer. You can just use like Flatpaks or something like that. And I didn't know what any of that was, but I just took them at their word that it was better. And I tried Linux Mint and it was really good. Like, I was really happy with it. I was like, oh my God. Like, right out of the box, it felt like old school Windows XP, which is something that I personally love. That was my favorite version of Windows. But it just felt more modern. Like, it was like a mix between XP and Windows 10 for me. At least that's the way I felt about it. And that's why, and I stick with it because it's stable. So often do I hear from my other Linux enthusiast friends, and they're like, oh, you know, my OS updated and destroyed like 3 of my applications. Now I got to spend time like reconfiguring all of this. And it's like, I'm an enthusiast. I'm not like a Linux expert, right? I still need help fixing problems from time to time. The reason I do this content is because I want to show people that Linux is approachable and that a majority of your games will work on Linux software. So that's like kind of my angle here. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm like a Linux expert though. I would definitely not recommend Arch for you. Karu, guess who I'm going to help me set up Arch? I mean, you definitely know how great of an experience this will be. You've walked me through lots of software before, right? You know me. You know it's going to just go perfectly smooth. I'm not going to do anything random or stupid in the middle of it and go, oops. Ubuntu is a Linux company? I don't know much about Ubuntu. I didn't really care for it. Girl, guess what my roommate turned out to be? My long-lost adoptive sister. Wait, you had an adoptive sister? And, wait, you didn't know about each other? Wait, I think that needs more context, Emily. If you want to go the easy road, just saying, we also have Gen 2. I heard a little bit about that. I'm going to say I'm a lot less familiar with Gen 2 than I am with like Nex or Arch, but I will look into it. I'm definitely curious. And I did want to do videos for a while that was like kind of exploring some of the new software, especially because I'm kind of a novice with it. So I think it would be funny to watch like just my reaction to it. Like anybody who is familiar with like installing Arch might find it funny that somebody who doesn't really know what they're doing is trying to install Arch for the first time. If for nothing else, it's just entertaining to watch somebody struggle. Leica, welcome to the stream. Hello. It's late for me, so I'm just dropping by to say hi. Hello. Yes. Definitely. Definitely understand. Oh God, my feed this morning, oh my god, I'm not even gonna mention it. I couldn't believe that's what I saw first thing in the morning. I'm like still like rubbing my eyes, waking up, and I'm just checked my feed, and I was like, oh. That's an interesting way to start our thread. I mean, it's like I didn't even mean to. I was just like, I saw the first thing, and I saw your name, and then I clicked that, and I was like, oh. Oh my. I'm like, I'm gonna need a little bit more coffee before I continue on my Fediverse journey this morning. Arch wants you to either read the wiki hard or auto-script it. Gen 2 just says read it, and by the end of it, it's done. See, I like Gen 2's approach, but I do want to try it because, like, then nobody can argue that I didn't actually try to install Arch. And then if I document how difficult it actually was for, like, somebody like me to go through that experience, maybe other Arch users will go, oh, maybe this is a little difficult to approach, right? I don't know. We'll see what happens, right? Maybe we'll figure something out. But I've heard that before too, right? And like, I kind of don't like that in our in our community. Some people are like, you just need to read the wiki, right? What happens when you're somebody who doesn't understand all of that stuff, right? And you're like, well, okay, but I want to try, but it's like, it's really hard for me to approach this, right? Maybe there are better user guides out there, and I know there's content on YouTube that'll help walk you through all this stuff too, right? But it's just like, I hate when people are like, nah, go figure it out for yourself. Read the wiki, right? And it's like, you're assuming that the person's going to understand what they're reading to begin with. Meanwhile, somebody on the other part of the world types Arch install and presses enter. Listen, you know, I do that all the time. I have gotten in trouble. So, like, when I first started using Linux, right, I was like, ooh, a terminal. I get to play in the terminal now, right? And I was doing so many things. And I learned very quickly that you do not just run random commands in your terminal all willy-nilly. Because you will destroy something inadvertently, not know what you're doing, not understand how your backups work on your computer, and then just have to reinstall everything. At least that was my solution. I really couldn't figure out what I did wrong. After I typed in a series of commands, my computer wouldn't connect to the internet anymore, and my solution in a panic was just to reinstall Linux Mint, and that fixed it. That was really dumb. Just remember, folks, if you break it enough, you can just reinstall it. Well, that's me. I have learning disabilities, and it's very frustrating. Yeah. But that is why I do appreciate content creators who are like willing to go through the process and show people, because I'm a very visual learner personally. I mean, I am an artist. I think that makes sense for people, right? Like, I'm very photographic when it comes to like how I like intake my information. I grew up with a girl. We had a 9-year age gap. After a while, when I was like 11, she already got into Germany. Now I'm 21, and we just found out that we are already roommates. That's actually amazing. I'm very happy for you. Hopefully you two have been getting along. But if you've had any sibling rivalries, like, at least it's explained now. Thanks to modern technology, we have time shift and snapper restore. So I set up time shift, but I remember trying to use it for the first time, and I'm like, how does this even work? I'm like, I don't know how to use time shift. I had it set up. It was doing backups. Like, I can't remember what they said. You're supposed to do like a daily one, a weekly one, and like a monthly one, or like a bi-monthly one. And I like set it up like that, but then when I needed to go use the go and use it, I didn't know how to do it. We just do the Eye of Agamotto thing, and time rewinds back to when the distro was fine. See, I've got to, you know, like, that was my mistake, was not knowing how to use the things that would like bail me out of my problems. But that was a long time ago. I'm better prepared now. I've actually learned something since then, right? But like, when I first got started, I went into like Linux completely blind. I just went in with the one goal of, I absolutely can't stand Windows 10. I refuse to use Windows anymore. Please, somebody get me out of this horrible nightmare. And Linux thankfully was there to save the day. Raid's sus art on screen. I don't make sus art. Listen. It was fan art of the Vocaloid song Rabbit Hole. That's it. Don't look any further into it than that. It was, I think it's a fun song, right? I might identify as asexual, but that doesn't mean I don't like songs like that. It's got high energy, right? I mean, it's sung incredibly well. It's very catchy. I understand the theme. I know what they're singing about. Listen, I'm not a spring chicken. Right? But it is objectively a very fun song. But the reasons I found it fun and the reasons you might find it fun are probably very different. Oh yeah, Rabbit Hole, that totally non-sus song. It's like that other one I recommended to you the other night. What was it? Monitoring? Oh, goodness. Speaking of which, we got Colibri OS, an OS that's under 1.44 megabytes. Whoa. How backwards compatible is something like that? Could you install that on older hardware? We can run Doom in assembly. Imagine. That's actually really cool. The only thing on the world where I don't know shit about is I know Linux. I actually use Linux, but just as a flex, I study software engineering and I don't understand it. Listen, we're kind of in the same boat, right? I am a Linux YouTuber that doesn't really understand Linux. I'm just here to have a good time with it and like show people that it works and it's not that hard to use, right? Like if an idiot cat girl like me can figure out how to use Linux on like a general basis, there's really no excuse for anybody, right? Right? Like if I can figure out and use it for years and years and get all my games to work and like problem solve through all my issues, there's really no reason the average user can't make the switch, right? That's the argument I'm trying to present to people. You don't need to be an expert in this stuff to use it, right? I think a lot of people hear Linux and they're like, oh, you got to be like a huge, smart, massive computer nerd to use Linux. And it's like, no, you don't. You really don't. Trust me, you don't. I mean, your mileage may vary if you take my approach, but hey, listen, you know, that's the fun in learning. You get to watch things blow up every once in a while. You should do a reaction video or stream to Down the Rabbit Hole Temple OS. I remember watching that video when it first came out. I actually loved that video. I think I could cover that. I've heard that it's actually gaining popularity now. That's the thing that like kind of like strikes me as crazy, is because when that video came out, everybody wrote it off as like just some random software that some crazy person made. And now people are actually looking at it and going, wait a minute, this person may have had talent. Wait a second. Wait, Holy C is actually a decent programming like language. Now again, I don't know much about the difference between C, C++, C++, and Holy C, but it seems easier to program in Holy C based on my observations. Temple OS is perfect on its own, though. All hail Terry Davis. His story is super insane, though. It makes me wonder about, like, my own path. Like, what would happen to me if I ended up, like, kind of, like, slipping in my mental health like that, right? Like, I have a platform. Would people, like, even try to tell me if, like, something like that was happening to me? Right? Like, if I just started becoming, like, really unhinged? I would hope so. I would hope everybody would start telling me. Maybe I'm already unhinged and y'all are just enjoying it. Who knows? Maybe you're feeding into my own insanity. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. The three giant cults of computing, Apple, Arch, and Temple OS. Oh, I love that comeback. Temple OS honestly has quite a few things that are, in my opinion, incredible. From what I understand, and from like what I've seen from not only that video, but from other videos from content creators who actually do understand how it was put together, I've seen some pretty incredible things. Apparently, like the graphics like are all native. Like I don't really understand what that means, right? But like apparently like everything's kind of just built in like a really intuitive way that just like calls right from like the most basic part of the operating system. And I guess like there's like levels to this stuff too. And this is like where some of my knowledge like gets kind of tripped up, right? But apparently like there's like a level 0, like a level 1, a level 2, and like a level 3. And like most operating systems operate on like a level 3. They don't have access to like the most like core functions of your computer. But apparently Temple OS doesn't operate like that. It operates in level 0, so it can just basically do what it wants, which I guess is really cool, but then also can be kind of dangerous, right? Yeah, I thought we were all here because we fell off the hinge. I fell off the hinge years ago, honestly, right? I'm just taking y'all for a ride at this point. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I've actually never been happier. I'm gonna go grab some water real quick. When I come back, I got a funny story I want to tell y'all from over the weekend. Give me just 1 minute. All right, I am back. Hold on, let me get the break message down. Let me get my face back up on the screen. Hiya. Oh my goodness, floating away today. Thank you so much, cutie. Head pats for you. Everybody head pats in the chat for floating away today. Thank you so much. All right, let's see what did I mess here? What did I mess? Temple OS has no internet drivers, so it's not that bad. Agreed. And this level system to go to infinity, provided you can also take any distro to a level you want. All it needs is to read manuals. Temple OS doesn't need broadband. It has Godband. Oh my God, patron. Oh, quick, everyone, while she's gone, tell Rain she should do a React content. Didn't I just do React content on live stream, like literally like 30 minutes ago at this point? I was reacting. How was that not a reaction? I read the article, then we all reacted together and made some comments. You should take over No Nut November for asexual people. Oh my God, that would be hilarious. How about Sober September, a month where the rest become where rest becomes mandatory? See, I'm all about that. I'm actually sober. I used to drink. I've been sober for like pretty much like a little over 2 years now. It's not like I've been keeping track, right? But like I've been sober for a long time. Not a single drop of alcohol has passed these lips in years. What's your opinion on Warframe? I've never played it, so I have zero opinion on it. I play mostly like block games. I play I play adventure games, RPGs, stuff like that. Speaking of asexuality, probably not a good time to ask if you watched the video. I have not. I was busy this weekend because I was trying to get back into art because like I've been really trying hard to catch up on the commissions that I promised people that I would do. Does anybody actually want to see one of the paintings I did over the weekend? Warframe is an adventure RPG, but better. I mean, I can look into it. I've got a long list of games that I got to get through first, but I'll play it on the channel at some point if you think it's good. And it's free. Okay, all right. They see, that's the best part right there. So you should have started with the free part. Okay, all right, hold on a second. Let me, well, first let me take this down because we're not reading the article anymore. And then let me get the painting open. I also made a bunch of avatar decorations too over the weekend. That was a lot of fun. I've been doing a lot of art this weekend, which is great because I took like a 2-week break from it. I think it was like 2, maybe 3 weeks that I was taking off from art. It's just because I was getting really burnt out. Here we go. And we'll full screen it. So, all right, before anybody judges this, just remember, I don't paint very often. There we go. All right, hold on. I'll blow it up so you can actually see it properly. But yes, this was a painting I did over the weekend. It's not a very good painting, but it is a painting. It does qualify as painting. It's so pretty. Oh, just ones and zeros. We are getting Warframed how soon? That's what all the fuzz is about. I hate Tau and Warhammer 40k. They dried most of the boring faction. Aw. I still have to get into it. I still haven't done Warhammer either. Nobody judge this terrible art now. I mean, I know it's terrible. It's okay. It was made by me. It has to be scuffed. It's pretty cute. Whoa, who is that person besides Rain? It's somebody named Pan. Created by this awesome artist named Peter. I think you might know them actually, Peter. Peter, are you familiar with Peter? Are you familiar with Peter and Peter's character, Pan? We love the painting. I mean, all I really did, though, I was very blunt with Peter about this, too, when I did this. And I'm like, I am going to reference your style. I'm not going to copy you. I don't want to copy you. But I want to, like, reference your style and try to paint something similar to what you would do. But obviously, like, I mean, it's a completely different thing, right? Peter is a great artist. Pan loves creating beauty and building neat things. I know it's awful, but just be nice. Yes, everybody, just pretend that it's good. Imagine a world where artists didn't hate their own art. You know why, though? I've been going over this with a few people, too, and it's like, I know where my limitations are. So when I look at something like this, I'm not looking at it through the same lens that you're all seeing the finished final product where everything is completed and it's kind of put together, and I've been able to hide the scuff and the issues like with it. But like when I look at this, I look at it's a time lapse of all the problems and all the mistakes along the way. And it's like, yeah, we got here, right? But like, God, I can look at like any part of this painting and like remember the struggle of getting through it. Especially the sky. The sky was actually harder than you think. Obviously drawing the characters up front was the hardest part of it, right? But like, because I had no idea. I've never painted something like that before. So I really didn't know how to approach like painting people onto a canvas, which is why they're kind of blobby. All shoes look the same until you walk a mile on a pair of them. And that's really what I attempted to do here with Peter. And I even told Peter at the end, I'm like, I've got a whole new level of respect for this style of art because this is not easy. This is not easy. I mean, even if you objectively think this looks really good, it's still, like, it's not an easy thing to do this. I'm shocked I even got it done in a couple of hours. Was that new brush font? I love it. I actually used that to make some other assets over the weekend for transfem.social. So the admin there has been kicking me a little bit of money and was like, hey, can you make some like fun avatar decorations for like our website? So I did. I made a chocolate covered banana. I made a caramel apple. I made like this avatar frame that's made out of like leaves and branches. And then I made a trans egg that you can put on your head. So I got like 5 things drawn this weekend, which is pretty good. Even though like the last 4 were pretty easy. I think I spent like 3 hours on like the whole, like the branch and the leaves things. Because 1, that was kind of tricky to do. And 2, I didn't actually know how to do this. Like, so it's kind of like learning how to make an avatar decoration. Like while making an avatar decoration. Girl, I have a picture on my phone. It's an exact copy of the dress, the look. Oh, I've been trying to get a swimsuit like this. Yes. I know what you're talking about. I've seen a couple too. I really, really, really would love to get a bathing suit like this because they make them they're basically like summer dresses, but you could just get into the water with them. I'm making a video recording of the full painting process with some written comments I will share with you after I did the video. I would love to see how you put it together. It might give me some insight into where I made mistakes because I think that's really my biggest issue when it came to like doing this and like trying to put it together. And yeah, okay, I was able to pull it together at the end, right? But there was a lot of things that I tripped up on, and I just, like, maybe it's a process thing, maybe it's a layering thing, maybe it's about fundamentals, like, do I paint this first versus this thing, right? I think if I understood the technique a little bit better, it wouldn't have been such an uphill battle for me. But I love the challenge. This was really fun. This took me way outside of my comfort zone because obviously I mostly just draw anime. College is soon, and God, I'm going to spend the hours sleeping. Oh, yeah. So I mentioned to you that I was going to do a couple streams at night. They're probably going to be Luanti live streams, and they're probably going to be done with Made. If it's not a Luanti stream, it's going to be some sort of gaming stream, though. I don't know if I'll do a chatting live stream at night because I just don't know if enough people that are like regulars will show up for it. I mostly just draw anime. Say less, say less. Now I've got like over 200 published anime drawings. I know what I am. I don't have layers that are organized, Peter. Holy crap. Hold on, wait. I gotta send you some screenshots from some of my drawings. There's like 90 layers to some of them. I'm not even joking. None of them are organized. I just at the last minute like put them together in the right order so that the picture comes out correctly, but I do not flatten my images out at all. It is absolute chaos. None of the layers are named. I have no idea what... They're just layer 1 through like 99, all randomly sorted and stacked in various different things. I just spawn a new layer as needed and just like start adding to it. I'll stream snipe and crash the party. Oh, I'll stream snipe and crash the party. Hey. I mean, you're welcome to stream snipe. What, Snack knocked me off the side of the building the other day on live stream? That was actually really funny, though. That was the first mohai I ever got in chat. So, Azure, congratulations. You've won the mohai prize. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do mohais in chat. Wait, I gotta search for him. How do you even spell that? M-O... Wait, how do you spell How do you spell that? Oh, god damn it. Now I don't even know how to say it. Hold on, where is... Hold on, I will look it up. Because I know what that is called. No, I'm not crazy. What is the name of that frickin' emoji? Travel, activities, objects. Would it be under objects? Oh, for God's sake. I'm not insane. There it is. I found it. M-O-A-I. Moai. M-O-A-I. That's what that emoji is called. Moai. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I'm pronouncing it. I would never grave, just pop in awkwardly and leave awkwardly. I mean, considering like what you've built, I totally believe that you could do that. You probably have like a hidden backdoor going into my base already. The Moai. There you go. You know what's funny is if you send in emojis in a super chat, my like the stupid like reader thing will actually read out every single emoji. Every single one of them. We've also had people just spam like one letter the entire time. But hey, listen, it's your super chat. If you want to pay to listen to that for like the next 2 minutes, that's up to you. Aw, thanks for the subscription. Bad boy Halo got spammed with magnifying glass. I get spammed with head pats mostly. And cutie accusations. Why are YouTube emojis so corny? I know, they're absolutely awful. I hate them. 80 layers. Now I feel less insane for having 160 video files in one edit. Oh god. I started showing somebody like how I actually organize like my videos for like my content creation, and they were layered because they're like, oh, my video editing folder kind of looks like that. And I'm like, your video editing folder, but how about multiple video editing folders from like over 4 years that have never been combined or once renamed or organized? And I still need to go back and use some of that material from time to time. It's awful. It's really bad. Butter knife fly to crescent moon? Wait, how does that sound? I mean, hey, it's your prerogative. Just send whatever you like. Go ahead, let it rip. It's especially even more funny, like, when I'm playing the game. Like, especially, like, if I'm playing something and I need to
Ed
focus.
floating away today super head patted 88 cents. URAQT.
Get floating away today. Thank you so much, cutie. I'm not cute, though. That's you. Head pats for you, cutie pie. Everybody do head pats because floating away today is really the cute one. I wonder if you could do math. Wait. I wonder if it would actually read out, like, if you did it as a math formula, like, UR equal, like, QT, and then, like, actual pi symbol. Mine are highly organized in an over-liberated root system. Listen, at one point, I was dumping my video, like, files right into my home directory, and I didn't even know it. So, like, after I was done recording, I'm not even joking, it took me 45 minutes to figure out where the videos were being saved, because I was looking on my video, like, share drive, right? And I'm like, where are they? Where are all the videos I just recorded? Did I not hit the record button? Like, I had gaslit myself into thinking I'd actually just not hit the record button. I'm like, no, there's no way I recorded, like, all that stuff, and it just didn't save. I was freaking out, and then I found it, and then, like, I stopped having a panic attack, but it was already kind of too late. I stressed myself out way too much by that, doing crazy shit like that. You're like, you wonder why it takes me so long to edit a video. It's like, I do this to myself all the time. Rain, why were you at the Cat Girl Cafe at 7 a.m.? Were you a Emily. I'm always hanging out at the Cat Girl Cafe. I have a coffee addiction that I really do need to address at some point. I'm already on my third cup, can you tell? Raid is a cutie 3.14. It's still the version number that glitches out when you call her cute. Rain, you should also do a react of Down the Rabbit Hole per cat cafe. Oh my god. Okay, all right. Wait, why do you want me to react to the Rabbit Hole song? What, just because I've done fan art?
Autonomy Mish super head patted $2. Yeah, cutie pie.
That actually worked, Anna. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, cutie. Head pats for you. You didn't have to give me $2. I appreciate it, though. Thank you. It does work, though. You've proven the point. It does work. You could probably type out a whole math formula. I'd probably read it out. No, Down the Rabbit Hole YouTube series, because it's very popular. I love that. I love that channel. How do you think I found out about, oh crap, what's that instrument called? What's that really weird instrument? Because that's how I heard about it. The hurdy-gurdy. Yes, I watched an entire video about it, and I was like, what the hell? This is a real thing? Then I started listening to the music, and I was like, oh, damn, this is actually really good. I've been missing out my whole life. Yes, the hurdy-gurdy. 1, I love the name. 2, I love the instrument. 3, I love the music. Oh my god, it is literally, it's like the perfect instrument. It really is. I mean, imagine being like an entire band all by yourself with like one instrument that you're constantly like just spinning. It's awesome. Hey, wait a second. I know what that is. It's not a fork bomb. Chat, I've proven at the scientific method we can emoji a very long sentence. You could probably spam the entire thing with just random emojis, and I'm pretty confident the TTS will read every single one of them as the text version of that emoji. The question is, though, would it read my own emojis? Like, are you allowed to use the custom emojis that YouTube offers? 256 bits on repeat, I see. I mean, hey, listen, you can take it to the character limit. I think Karoo did that one time with just like and just the entire thing, and it actually read it out as best as it could as one thing. YouTube's custom emojis are also quite long, like the naming of them. Hold on, wait, I haven't actually paid that much attention. Hold on, let's see what the YouTube. Face red droopy eyes, face purple crying, text green game over, person turquoise waving. Yeah, these are pretty terrible names. Face blue wide eyes. That's not. This is called face blue wide eyes. Does that look accurate to you? Does that look like face blue wide? Like, all right, face blue eyes, yes, but like they're definitely like screaming in horror, aren't they? That is not wide eyes. That is definitely like horror. Soulless, bitter, unloving names. I know, right? Face pink tears. This is awful. This emoji actually looks disgusting. This emoji offends me on so many levels. It sounds like a Magic the Gathering card. I love that game. You know, I wish more people played that with me growing up. Magic these days is like not the same as like when I used to play. It's definitely different. I miss it though. I used to do guess what colors I used to do? I used to do fire and I used to do water. So I usually did red and blue decks. I'm gonna get that as a tattoo. Listen, Baytran, if you get a tattoo of me, I need to see it. Though I don't know if Anna's... you know what? That might actually make Anna mad. Never mind. Don't do that. Don't do that. We both have to live with the consequences if you do that. I prefer Fables and Frontiers. Also in Warframe. Damn, everything is in Warframe right now. Sounds like I need to play Warframe. A lot of people have recommended that I've tried it. You're not the first person to come in here and say, like, to give it a shot. I will.
Autonomy Mish Super Head Patted $5. Underscore Rainy Rain. 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 Underscore Rainy Rain.
Why is it doing it like that?
Rainy Rain. Underscore Rainy Rain. Hi, poop.
Wait, so it's called underscore Rain You Rain, which is reading out the Mandarin. Why is it called that? I named it something else in like the YouTube system. Why is it doing underscore Rain You Rain? That was unhinged. All right, head pats for you, Anna. That was beautiful. Well done. Underscore Rainy Rain is your rap name? There you go. Rain You Rain. That will be my rap name. That'll be my stage name for my rap career. That'll never go anywhere because like I'm not good at rapping anything. Do you think I could actually rap? I don't think I could. I don't honestly think I could rap anything if I tried. Like I can rhyme a bunch of things together. Oh, Rain You Rain. There you go. We'll make that the hit song. Rap right now. I can't rap because I sound like crap and I am a cat who doesn't wear a hat. I don't know. There you go. There's a rap for you. That's more like a 2-line poem that makes no sense, but sure. Notorious RAIN. Oh my god, comic, that's beautiful. Uranium. Oh my god, floating away today. I might actually steal that. That's actually really good. Rain, I have a red line going down from my throat to my ab. That sounds really bad. Actually, you might want to go to the doctor for something like that. Wait, unless you're talking about that being a feature of being a fish, then maybe that's normal. I don't know. Use your discretion there. You know yourself the best. You're all way too much fun. This is actually pretty, for being a stream that was supposed to be talking about like Luanti, I'm glad that we had like a conversational fun half on the second hour. I don't want these things to be like too serious, but like I think I have enough from like what we filmed for me to cut together a short video about like what's going on. Fishes have lines in their sides. What rainbow trout do? I do like rainbow trout. They're very pretty. I don't know if anybody's ever seen a rainbow trout. It shouldn't shock you that I like rainbows. Holy shit. The girl named Rain likes rainbows. Holy shit. What a revelation. Oh my god, yes. So I found out. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. So I was with my mom, right? Because she takes me out shopping. Because obviously, right? Like I have trouble going to the store, like because I use a wheelchair, right? So like my mom still goes with me to go like grocery shopping, right? So we're in like the self-care aisle, like where you get like the deodorants and like the shampoo and stuff like that, right? So I find this like stick of like deodorant, and it's like got like these rainbow letters on it, and it says hello on it, and it says it's unicorn scented. I'm like, unicorn? What? So I open it up and it smells so fruity, and I'm like, oh my god, I have to get this. So I get it, and like in the car I like take out the deodorant and I start like trying it immediately because I'm so curious about like what it's like and like how it smells. And my mom like sees me doing it and she's like, seriously? Right? And she's like, let me see that. And she smells it and she's like, it smells fruity. And I'm like, yeah, just like me. And she's like, seriously? And she's like, you're so obnoxious. And I'm like, I know. It reminds me of Smurf ice cream. Wait, they had a Smurf ice cream? It's a really weird tattoo I got when I was drunk. Oh no. I have tattoos. Does anybody know I have tattoos? Because I actually have a lot of tattoos. A lot of people do not know that I have tattoos, even though apparently some people have seen pictures of me, even with the tattoos in the pictures, and there's like, oh, I didn't see the tattoos. And it's like, really? You didn't see that I like was basically covered in tattoos? Blue ice cream that tastes like sugar. Oh, like that, like the cotton candy. Atlantic herring is superior. Well, rainbow trout are prettier, though. Because they're rainbow. They got rainbow in the name. Lemon zest, welcome back. Don't look into weird tea flavors. But yeah, I actually have a bunch of tattoos. One of which I want to get covered up, and I want to get one more. I prefer red herrings. Comic, you're hilarious. Oh my god. I prefer blue herrings, actually. Not to be rude, but tattoos have become so common that I don't know what they were meant for. I know. Like, even when I was younger, it was a little bit more of a stigma to get, like, a tattoo, but now it's like everybody has them. I think that's why nobody notices or even cares that I have tattoos. The only tattoo I want to get covered up is my military tattoo on my back. I unfortunately have USMC tattooed like right between my shoulder blades, and I don't want that tattoo anymore. And I don't want to laser remove it. So what I'm thinking about doing is like getting it converted into something else. Cuz I don't want to like wear a bathing suit as a check and then like have like a big tribal USMC between my like shoulder blades when you're looking at me in my bathing suit, you know? It's a very masculine looking tribal tattoo with like tribal lettering on my back. It's not great. I have random tattoos. I have a red star down my pelvis and a red line, a random Latin quote I forgot about, and the SPQR on my collarbone. Oh, the Roman one. That one I knew. When I was in Tunisia, having a tattoo was a big taboo. It was not a big taboo when I was like growing up, but it was still kind of like, oh, you've got tattoos, so you're either in the military or maybe you're like kind of a bad person. But it's like very quickly, like it was already changing by the time I had gotten mine, but some older people were still like, you got tattoos, that's not good. Don't be getting those tattoos, you'll never get hired anywhere. And it's like, that's never been a problem for me once. Hoo-ah! Yeah, wait. What movie was that from? I remember that. It was from the Blind Army guy. I remember watching that once. Red Star reminds me of Red Star OS Linux, but from North Korea. Wait. Is that available somewhere? Can I, like, download that? That'd be fun to play with one day. We don't have a tattoo because we are indecisive. Then definitely don't get one. Here's the thing. The only one I regret is the military tattoo. The other 5 tattoos I have, I'm keeping. I'm definitely keeping them. I like my other tattoos. I just don't like the one on my back for very specific and hopefully obvious reasons. Right? Anybody who's like a regular here knows that I've talked about how I kind of regret my military service. Right? So it's like, it's not something that I want to like openly advertise about myself anymore. I'm not proud of it. It doesn't, I just want to close that chapter on my life and kind of not be reminded about it. Even though like I can't, right? Like I'm always, you know the saying, once a Marine, always a Marine, right? Like you could take the Marine out of the Corps, but you can't take the Corps out of the Marine, which is unfortunately very true. It's something that I struggle with in my day-to-day life a lot, but I do my best. XCOM tattoo could age very well if we get invaded by aliens and become a resistance operative, but at the same time, I'd be the kind of person to betray humanity, so maybe, well, your name is Bay Tran. The Bay Trail is coming. I know it. I'm just waiting for it. I'm already bracing for impact. Also, I have around 7 stars around my body. And I'm going to be real with you. I cannot read that. I don't know what that says. I'm so sorry. Which literally means don't go back to Tunisia. Okay, I'm going to take your word for it. I wasn't even going to try to pronounce that. I don't know that language. I wouldn't even know what language that is. What tattoo is it? I have a tattoo that says USMC on my back, in between my shoulder blades. I'll write it out so in case anybody can't. USMC. It means United States Marine Corps. It's right on my back, on my upper back, between my shoulder blades. Oh, God. Really perfect time to be mowing your lawn right outside my window. United States Minecraft, there you go. Hey, you know what? Maybe I don't need to fix it. Oh, no, but I don't want a Minecraft tattoo. That sucks. We need to somehow convert this to like a Luanti or Vox Libre tattoo. Maybe it can mean something else. I've never met a Linux user who wouldn't try to defend Linux and tell me that I'm stupid and wrong for hating Linux. Wait, do you hate Linux? I'm kind of confused by your statement there. Underpaid sodium miners. I like that. You know what? Maybe we could just come up with like a silly thing for each one of the letters to mean, and then I could just extend it down instead. Have the Luanti icon as a tattoo? I'll tell you what, if I ever get to, I don't know, if I ever get to 10K subscribers, I'll consider it, Lemon Zest. How about that? We'll make it a subscriber goal. Okay, yeah, you're done. You're out of here. I'm sorry. But, like, you know, you're not coming in here and... Yeah, no, you're not going to derail our entire live stream chat so you can crash out about hating on Linux. Sorry. I don't understand why people do that. Like, we're obviously Linux enthusiasts here. Like, then you're just going to come and drop, like, a bunch of cuss words in my stream? No, thank you. You can go somewhere else. Make sure you hit that dislike button on the way out. That'll show me. That'll show me what for. I don't know. But they started cursing and making a big fuss over nothing, so they're out of here. I don't like that kind of vibe in my chat. Even a dislike is engagement? I mean, yeah, technically. Everybody is entitled to be wrong. I mean, hey, if I am allowed to be wrong quite often, other people are allowed to be wrong too. I know that's a novel concept, right? Miss Rain, would you mind if we request art that's more of an art challenge to test creativity? We have a commission set up, don't we? Floating away today. Would you like to modify the commission? Because I haven't quite gotten to yours yet. But if you'd like to modify the scope of that commission, you can do so, because I haven't started yet. So if you want to change what the outline of that is, it's your you know, but you already have one in. I mean, I'll do an extra one for you, but I figured, you know, it's up to you. I'm giving you options, my friend. Opinions are like buttholes. Everyone has one and they all stink. My mom says that. She was the one who taught me that turn of phrase. It is a weird way to put it, but it, you know, it does get the point across pretty eloquently. Well, not really, but, you know, it does get the point across pretty bluntly. No, not modified, just things in the future. All right, fair enough. Make sure you send me a message on Discord, detailing what you're looking for there. Because if you try to tell me in this live stream chat, it's like one ear out the other. I'm not even joking. I have like the memory of a goldfish on live stream. Yeah, ask Thomas about that invite I was supposed to send him in a timely manner after the stream the other day. Only I'm allowed to derail the chat. Nobody else. You all derail the chat in fun ways, right? You don't just come in here and start cussing at me about random stuff that, like, I didn't even provoke, right? Like, it's not like we were directly having a conversation about Linux in this moment. This person came here and was like, I don't like when people tell me that hating Linux is bad, and they just went off on their own tangent. Like, I'm sorry, you're kind of unhinged. Right? Like, I mean, who does that? It's not like we were even actively talking about it. I'm sorry, you don't get free speech on my platform. Go make your own platform if you want to talk about shit like that. Like, I don't understand that. Like, we're on YouTube. Make a YouTube video if you hate Linux that much, right? You have the right to your opinion, right? Go speak about your opinion on your channel. Don't try to brigade my channel and talk about your stupid nonsense. My mom used to say it a bit differently. Everyone's opinions are like flowers. Some smell your way, some don't. Let them be. Azure, I love that so much better. You know what? I'm actually going to steal that one. That one's so much cuter. By the way, Rain, the military thing, I can understand that. I was once, I'm not going to say that word on YouTube, and I can totally understand that. I have to say, just try to remind yourself of it less and not having a mistake. And you know what? I'm really glad that I have come this far. And it's not something that okay, so I do see it as a mistake, but I don't see it as something that, whereas like it was a complete mistake, I didn't get anything out of it. There's a lot of things that I still keep close to my heart. My drive, my determination, my understanding that failure is how I learn to get better at things. These are things that the military taught me, right? I learned through failure. It doesn't matter how many times I mess something up. I know if I throw myself at my problems enough, that I can overcome them. Those are things that the military taught me that are good, right? But it's like the other trauma that got associated with it. That's the part where I'm like, yeah, I really, really wish I didn't have to go through any of that. They were feeling insecure. We had somebody like that the other day come in too, and they were just like, oh, I'm not gay. I believe in God. And it's like, oh God, come on, please, like, don't bring your Jesus shit in here. Please, like, please don't bring up Jesus here. Jesus says that he doesn't like the gays. Well, Jesus also said, turn thy cheek. So maybe follow that advice. You know, maybe don't look at the thing that bothers you so much, right? What are you even doing here? Why isn't there military, but only the good parts? You know, like, I mean, like, there was no real good part of it, but there are things that I learned that I'm glad I have as like lessons in my life. It did make me strong, just not in the ways that I wanted to be strong. Jesus never said anything against the gays. I know, right? Right? Like, if Jesus was like, I don't know, like, I'm agnostic, so I don't really know anything, right? I don't really believe in any particular thing, right? But, like, let's just say, for argument's sake, he was real and he did come back. I'm pretty sure he'd be partying with the gay people. I'm pretty sure he would be. I'm pretty sure he'd be like, y'all cool. Y'all cool. I'm down with the rainbow swirl. Right? Like, he doesn't strike me as the kind of person who would be like, no, that's immoral and evil. The person that said love each other and peace on earth is going to be like, yeah, no, gay people, that's a line I won't cross. Right? It just doesn't make any sense, right? Like, we're supposed to be all made after, like, his image, but then, like, it's wrong to be gay? Question mark? I don't know. It just doesn't line up for me. That's kind of why I don't believe in it, but whatever. To each their own, I guess. My biggest dream is if I go to heaven is to have a beer with him. I mean, I could see that. I think if God was a real person, I'd have more poignant questions like why and WTF and what was the point of that? I'd have some very direct questions. I probably wouldn't be very happy. I'd be actually pretty pissed off. I'd be like, that was goddamn bullshit. What was the point of this? I just watched a person sand off the burnt bottom of pizzas. Wait, what? With like a paper sand? Like sandpaper? Jesus was the first one to be like, I have no enemies. You make me one, that's on you. I mean, yeah, right? I do find it wholly ironic that the person that was preaching priests love each other, love thy neighbor, right? Turn thy cheek, ended up getting crucified horribly. Like, that's just, wow. people suck sometimes, right? Like, I mean, that's monstrous. Let's go transgenders. Jesus, probably. I mean, honestly, I think so. Baytran Boy Scouts is also unhinged. They are a little bit unhinged. Imagine we go to heaven and Jesus all of a sudden is like, pizza time. Oh my God. If they have unlimited pizza in heaven, I'd be so happy. Rain, are you afraid of the black sun? I am not. I'm afraid of no sun. I love the sun. I consider myself a daughter of the sun. The sun is like one of my favorite things ever. I used to work in frickin' solar. Come on now. What did you think I did before my accident and I became a YouTuber? I worked in solar, in like home electrical solar. As part of the green energy industry. Jesus, be kind, love each other, be peaceful. The church, accept gay people, hate them, and also hate minorities and hate different cultures. Right? Right? It's insane. I don't understand where it comes from. Then why were you in the song Black Sun? They said, Black Hole Sun, won't you come, won't you worry? Oh, I love that song. Okay, I didn't realize you were making a joke there. Not from anger, really. It was supposed to be because of disgust. A place of worship shouldn't be a place of trade. I agree with that. The sun is a deadly laser. It sure is. And it's also a very useful deadly laser when you set up solar modules to collect its deadliness and redirect it. You can harness its deadly laser powers and redirect it to your own maniacal purposes. It's like magic. Worship and in food and shelter being free. I do one day want to start a charity. I brought this up on live streams multiple times. Having a cool YouTube channel is cool. Being a live streamer is fun, right? And if the channel does blow up one day and get popular, that would be amazing. But I really want to do something for the LGBTQ community. And I think having a homeless shelter for trans women is a really good goal. If I actually do get somewhere and become successful, that is where a majority of my money is going to go into. Listen, Rain just needs enough for a tiny house, a solar farm to power the tiny house. And that's it. I don't need much. I just need a little bit. They are, and wait. They are small and cute and shatter easily and can casually turn you into the god of death, destroyer of worlds. Wait. I believe that souls are those things from Undertale. Okay. I missed the first half of that comment. Whoops. Unless you're me and you're scared. Yeah, but that's why I send you out with a parasol now. Weak genetics? Baytran, come on now. Be nice. Man, every time I say something, Warframe comes to mind, the revenue, the devs get all into, oh God. Do you actually work for Warframe? Are you here to just like try to slowly convince small live streamers to play Warframe on their live stream? Because you know what? You're good at your job. Anything else would be boring, to be honest. It's my progesterone, not my genetics. That is true. Like, duh, we already have brains. They do every single thing that one of us ascribes to souls. I like the Undertale theory. We can explain the hypocrisy of the church because hyperfixation, but that would be a long text wall. Yeah, try not to do that because I already have trouble keeping up with stream. At this point, everything is either a JoJo reference or a Warframe reference. I love both of those types of references. I gotta finish JoJo, though. I've only got through the first couple of seasons. I really gotta go back and finish watching that. I'm just too busy. We got Uriel himself in Warframe before GTA. All right, that is an accomplishment. Hot take, RDR1 was better than RDR2. Wait. Red Dead Redemption 1 versus Red Dead Redemption 2, right? Am I talking about the right games? I haven't played either of them. I never played either Red Dead Redemption. Wait. So if I was going to play Red Dead Redemption, though, which one would you want me to play first? The first one or the second one? Because I've heard some people are like, just skip the first one, go straight to the second. Is 6 VI or IV? Or maybe V? Because of Vice City. All right, Vice City was my favorite. Out of all the Grand Theft Auto games, we brought this up on stream the other day, but Vice City, I haven't played a Grand Theft Auto since Vice City. Red Dead Redemption 1 was goated, but 2 is peak. All right, I guess I'll just play them in order then. Technically, the second one is a prequel. Ooh, okay, now that is actually, So should I play 2 at going into 1? That would be interesting. I don't know enough about Red Dead Redemption to have an opinion on it. Hi, Kenshin. Welcome to the stream. How you doing, cutie? Plausible? You mean pausable? Pause. A ball, see? Okay, I'm making a cat girl joke. It was really bad. Anyone else have the Undertale death music playing in their head? Yes! Oh my god. So I played Undertale before I became a YouTuber. I have thought about playing Undertale on stream again, but like, it would just be a replay. I've already beaten a good chunk of the game. The only part of the game I didn't finish was the like the evil playthrough, right? Where you gotta kill all the monsters and kill all the people. Because I kind of didn't really like that. I wasn't really into that. I kind of felt bad about it. Red Dead Revolver was also a game by Rockstar prior Manhunt, I guess. All right. So, I know it's been a little bit since we touched on like the Luanti thing. Does anybody have anything that I missed that they wanted to bring up about Luanti or anything like that? Just so I could kind of like wrap that all up, and then I could probably try to go do a video about it or something. I might even like record a small intro here on stream real quick, which I've never done before. It'd be kind of weird, but you know, I mean, it would save me a lot of time having to do it later. Would you all be okay with that if I recorded a few like intro takes on live stream? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't know if that was directed at me, but listen, a lot of people don't know what the hell I'm talking about, so, you know, that's normal. Miss Rain, we found some 2 to 3 hour games we think you might enjoy if you want a palate cleanser in between games. Yes, please send me that list. That would actually be great, especially on like live streams like this. Like something we could slam dunk in one easy live stream would be great. If that's the case, then don't go into Warframe from now. The gaming's best kept secret. Need hours of dedication. Okay, so for like this week too, Azure, and I know that you're new here on the channel, this week we're kind of testing out a couple of different games. So I have like a lot of variety on the schedule, but that's just really just to kind of, for my own, one, it's to see if I can handle live streaming 5 days a week. 2, I want to see if I can handle like playing a variety of different games to avoid boredom. And 3, it's just to see like what other folks are interested on the channel, because a lot of people are like, I want to see Factorio, I want to see Kenshi on the channel, I want to watch this, I want to watch that. Well, let's see who actually shows up for the streams and watches the things that they said they want to watch, you know? Like, you all recommend these games, you all say you want to watch them, but let's see if people actually show up to watch the thing that they recommended I play. I like variety as long as it... No, we're doing... So for this week, we're doing Factorio. We're doing Amori. We are doing Subnautica. And then we are also doing, what was the other game? Crap, I forgot. What is it? Oh my God, what the hell? God, Rain, come on. Jesus, I freaking can't keep anything straight in my head. Oh God, what did I have scheduled? Jesus. Hold on, I'm figuring it out. What is it? Factorio, Amori, Kenshi, Subnautica. Oh, I guess there wasn't a fifth thing. Whoops, never mind. Never mind, I'm just crazy. Factorio is pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. So when I first started out on the started getting into the VTuber thing, I started a Factorio Death World I never finished. And I figured what we could do is, since the game has been long updated since I did that, we're just going to start over brand new. And really the idea is to not only try to beat Factorio Death World on live stream for the first time, but also to experience the new updates that I've never played before. I've never played any of the quality of life updates since the big major update. So I figured this would be a good opportunity to do both. Oh my God, there's this lady outside flipping out at the landscaper. Holy shit. She is losing her goddamn mind. Oh, she is super pissed. I'm just listening to this through my window. So apparently, the landscaper is using I didn't see any of this, right? I'm just listening to it, right? So, and she must have shouted out her door or her window, and she's like, "Don't be blowing that shit at my goddamn car." I'm sorry, that was a treat. She's still yelling about it. Oh God. Oh, that was beautiful. Unexpected reality TV. I don't know if it got picked up on the microphone or not. If it did, that's great. Yeah. I heard it. I heard it very clearly. She was complaining about the leaf blower and the stuff being blown at the side of her car. She's still yelling about it. I mean, to be fair, I'd be pissed too, but right? Oh my God, she sounds really mad. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Okay, all right. So, remember, the plan for this week is all the live streams. This is for the new and those who have been around for a while, right? Live streams start at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time all this week, maybe the latest at 11 a.m. So at worst, I'm going to be pushing them back 30 minutes. Tomorrow, we are going to be playing Subnautica. So I know, Floating Away Today, you are definitely going to be really excited about that. I'm looking forward to playing it again. I've been watching Leon play on live stream, and I'm just like, God damn it, I really should get back into this game, right? And I think with all the other stuff off my plate, I'll be able to do that. Also, for those who really enjoy my art, I'm going to be trying to spend a few hours after the streams, not on live stream. This is not a live stream thing. I'm going to be doing more art. So anybody who's ordered a commission recently, I'm going to be working on those. And also, just for anybody who just likes what I post regularly for my art, I'm going to be trying to work more on that. Also, for those who are signed up at transfem.social, I have also created more avatar decorations on the instance. So if you are a member of that website, if that's what you use for your social media, I have created 4 new custom avatar decorations, 2 of which are fall themed and 2 of them are just fun themed, right? But all of those are new things. These are things that I'll be doing throughout the week. So if anybody wants to participate in any of that, that's something to look forward to, at least for this week. But with all of that, I'm sorry. But before I go, I do want to say a very special thank you to everybody who's been so supportive recently, especially this month. We absolutely crushed the goal by 126%. And I've said it a million times. You all have no idea how big of an impact this has on me. So from the bottom of my heart to yours, thank you all so much. But with all of that out of the way, thank you all so much for joining me for this live stream. And I hope everyone out there has a wonderful day.